This is the same thing of the beating of the pans. Nothing to offer and plenty of noise.
Pan Sunday seemingly struck a discordant chord with Prime Minister Allen Chastanet after opposition supporters took to the streets on June 6th, beating pans and demanding a date for the next general elections. With strict pandemic limitations on mass gatherings, the two main political parties are seemingly locked in a kayfabe bout of virtual sparring with consistent jabs thrown via the various multimedia platforms in the public square. Prime Minister Allen Chastanet, who took to UWP media on Monday night, took several swipes at the opposition SLP.
Again, this is an egregious act, particularly a person who was the High Commissioner, who is now the deputy leader of the Labour Party. Philip Pierre has said nothing.
Not a word.
Then you have the situation with Joachim Henry and going into the church. You're coming here to defend that behavior? Then you have the situation of cost overruns, Greinberg, Rochamel, no answers on anything. And yet you want to go, the people of St. Lucia, forget all the past.
Yeah, forget the past.
All of a sudden now he's become the leader and somehow somebody's anointed him and he can separate himself from the past. He's not going to hold anybody accountable. Look at me when I was political leader. When Richard came and we said, Richard, until you can tell us how you lost your visa, you can't run. Rufus, we went down the line. Anytime I've had an incident in my party, even if the person is innocent, because I believe that Eubalus is innocent, even with his own innocence, once he was involved in a situation, until we can get the full clearing, which I believe we'll get soon, right? Then he has to step aside. That's what leadership is all about.
The Prime Minister's broadside did not stop there.
Look at the former Prime Minister. And he wrote that letter about Herman Gill.
Exactly.
And said that Herman Gill, because of the allegation, right, that I can't remember what the word that he used specifically. Remember the word he used specifically? He didn't have the right integrity or the right...
he's tainted.
He's tainted. Yet... I asked him, were there people who ran in his party who had been charged for rape? Were there people that they put in senior positions of his government that were charged for rape? Okay? Yet he didn't think that they were tainted. So you have an allegation on one hand, and you have another one in which people were actually charged. This is the hypocrisy.
The UWP political leader, who was a guest on Inside Castries Southeast, hosted by Economic Development Minister Guy Joseph, sought to justify the current administration's level of borrowing. He also panned the capacity of the previous SLP administration, led by Dr. Kenny Anthony, to borrow on the capital markets.
And what happened is that eventually now the rope came to an end where nobody was prepared to lend St. Lucia any more money on a long-term basis. And they started borrowing short-term money to do capital projects. Short-term money is to fund cash flow. So if you have a budget and you need things now, you know you're going to be earning tax money, you can take a short-term debt and pay off the debt.
I think, PM, we need to put that in perspective. It's not that nobody was going to lend St. Lucia money. Nobody was going to lend St. Lucia money under the Labour Party. Because look at what you've done since you came in. What have they accused you of? They have accused you of borrowing. But the only way you can borrow is if somebody is willing to lend to you.
Given the COVID-19 restrictions, an already fragmented media environment splintered into various echo chambers, driven by the proliferation of political talk shows and social media platforms, the 2021 pandemic campaign season is shaping up to be an election cycle for the ages. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.